All living organisms are made up of molecules that perform essential functions inside cells. Among the most important of these molecules are macromolecules, which are large and complex biological molecules necessary for life. The word macromolecule literally means large molecule. These molecules are built from smaller units called monomers, which join together to form long chains known as polymers. Macromolecules play critical roles in providing energy, building cellular structures, storing genetic information, and regulating biological processes. There are four major types of biological macromolecules found in living organisms: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Each type has a unique structure and performs specific functions in the body. The first group is carbohydrates, which are the body's main source of energy. Carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms, typically in a ratio of 1 carbon atom to 2 hydrogen atoms to 1 oxygen atom. The basic building blocks of carbohydrates are called monosaccharides, which are simple sugars such as glucose. When many monosaccharides join together, they form larger carbohydrates like starch, glycogen, and cellulose. Plants store energy in the form of starch, while animals store carbohydrates as glycogen in the liver and muscles. The second type of macromolecule is lipids, which include fats, oils, and waxes. Lipids are important for long-term energy storage, insulation, and protection of organs. Unlike carbohydrates, lipids are not made of repeating monomers, but are typically composed of glycerol and fatty acids. Lipids are also essential components of cell membranes, forming a structure known as the phospholipid bilayer that surrounds and protects cells. The third group of macromolecules is proteins, which perform a wide variety of functions in living organisms. Proteins are made up of smaller units called amino acids. These amino acids are linked together in long chains that fold into complex three-dimensional shapes. The specific sequence of amino acids determines the structure and function of each protein. Proteins can act as enzymes that speed up chemical reactions, provide structural support in cells and tissues, transport molecules, and help regulate biological processes. The fourth and final group of macromolecules is nucleic acids, which store and transmit genetic information. The two main types of nucleic acids are DNA and RNA. These molecules are made up of repeating units called nucleotides, which consist of a sugar, a phosphate group, and a nitrogenous base. DNA contains the genetic instructions needed to build proteins and control cellular activities, while RNA helps carry out these instructions during the process of protein synthesis. Macromolecules are essential because they form the building blocks of life. Carbohydrates provide energy for cellular activities, lipids store energy and form cell membranes, proteins carry out many structural and functional roles, and nucleic acids store genetic information. Without these molecules, cells would not be able to function, grow, or reproduce. In addition to their biological importance, macromolecules are also connected to the foods we eat. Foods such as bread, pasta, and fruits provide carbohydrates for quick energy. Foods like oils, nuts, and butter contain lipids that provide long-term energy storage. Protein-rich foods such as meat, eggs, beans, and dairy products supply the amino acids needed to build proteins in our bodies. In summary, macromolecules are large biological molecules essential for life. The four major types: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids each have unique structures and functions that support the growth, structure, and regulation of living organisms. By working together, these macromolecules allow cells to carry out the complex processes that sustain life.